Welcome to Motivation Monday episode 9. This week's episode is all about the power of hearing that you can. Before you can appreciate and recognize the power of hearing that you can, you must first recognize that the number one thing that drains your strength is your own doubt. Now that you recognize your own doubt can drain your strength, the question remains, what do you do with that information? You must understand that simply knowing this fact that your own strength can be drained by your own doubt will not make going through your challenges any easier. Instead, view this fact as an invitation to learn about yourself. Learn to feel when you're giving the wrong things too much power. This is done by attempting to be conscious and honest about any challenges, choices, or thoughts that you might face. You have to fully accept and embrace the fact that there is no other way to achieve your highest potential. We can't let our own minds continue to deprive us of what we could be. I promise you can aim at the life that is best for you. You can do things to help yourself. You can fight your own mind and feel victorious. You can make the lives of those that you love better. There are limitless possibilities for what you can do. You have to start feeding yourself positive things that you can do. Our brains are wired to survive and avoid danger, and as a result, our own minds encourage us to stay put when we feel comfortable. I know and can relate to sometimes it feels like our minds want to stay put and hide, while your heart and soul wants nothing more than to move forward. You can use your mind to feel that unignorable desire from your heart and soul. You can point your moral compass in the direction of your best life and help those that you love and yourself. You can act more than you think to avoid staying complacent. You can wake up every morning and ask yourself, who am I helping today to make the world a better place? You can do more things that you suck at to increase your personal value. You can stand up straight with your shoulders back to show the world that you are going to succeed. You can elaborate honestly when asked to without driving away the people that you love. You can learn enough to set yourself and those that you love financially free without having to sell your soul. You can ask for help and still be respectable in the eyes of the world. You can stop trying to force it. Good will happen when your aim is set correctly. You can inspire change without losing yourself in the process. You can succeed without wishing suffering onto yourself or others. You can attract people who make you better. You can do what you were put on this earth to do. And I want to talk about this last one for a minute. You can close the gap between who you could be and who you are. So the reason I want to talk about that last one is because it is very close to me. When I do these videos, I'm speaking through things that I've been through and through things that I believe to be true. And to be completely honest, just because I think and have felt those things before doesn't mean they're all things that I don't feel anymore. To be honest, I feel all of these things so much when I face a challenge that I feel like it can be valuable to share with other people. And if anything, I would say that I feel these things more now that I'm really conscious of them. But I know that we all go through things and that that's not really an excuse to not share the way that I feel with a lot of people. Because talking to people who want nothing but your best intention in mind can help. And I know how difficult that can be, but expressing yourself is so important. And I really do think out and plan what it is that I want to say in these videos. I want it to be articulate, and I really do spend the time to try to find a message that is easy to understand. So for example, the way I kind of want to break this down right now is the last thing that I just specifically said is you can close the gap between who you could be and who you are. For me right now, when I put this type of content out, when I make these types of videos, I'm trying to project who I could be. So many of us do know these things right from wrong. We know that we should express ourselves, and we know that it's okay to aim for a higher good. And we know that it's okay to chase the life that we want. And we know things like we shouldn't hurt other people or try to hurt ourselves in any type of way. But I do understand, and I have gone through, just because we know that doesn't mean it's easy to do. And that's just something I really want to talk about, because when I speak about these things, that's me trying to become who I could be. Who I am right now. I'm 20 years old trying to consciously figure these things out, and hopefully you view this as you're learning along with me instead of just listening to me. Because I'll admit it, there are times when I'm scared, when I'm sad, when I don't know what I'm doing, when I second guess myself, but at the end of the day I do feel like I know better sometimes. You have to keep going forward or you'll never know, and those are things that we all know. It doesn't make it easy to do again, but we do know these things. And together we have to move forward, and we have to face our challenges, and we have to be honest. And I know that we can do it. I know that you can do it. I know that I can do it, and we will do it. And if anything, one thing that I've learned recently is if it's worth doing, it's gonna hurt that much more. But the way I want you to think about these types of things that I put out there, these guidelines if you're interested, is sometimes it helps me to recite some of them and realize that this is what's happening in this scenario. But recently for me, one of the most important things has been really understanding and learning that there is no other way. I want to set those that I love financially free. I want to build a business. I want to make me in the future proud. And I want to help you guys not feel so alone, because sometimes I feel that way too. But I know that we're not alone. There are so many things that we can do, and there's so many things that you are going to do. There is no other way to me, because the alternative is that much worse, to quit and then have regret, but have that regret and resentment be about myself. I never want that someday. I want to watch these videos back and be nothing but proud of who I became because of this. And yes, there'll be challenges and things that happen along the way, and I hate this saying, but I guess that's just life. I can't control a lot of those things, and maybe I shouldn't try to. But there are a lot of things that I can do and you can do and that we will do. I want this to be an invitation along my journey, and hopefully a spark that helps you start yours. Once you start your journey, it will feel lonely sometimes, but you are not alone. You'll start to attract more quality people, and you'll realize that once you set your compass and once your aim is set, that's what you need to do. You have to do that, and you can do that. It won't be easy, but I promise that the alternative is worse, and I promise that I will make myself proud in the future for doing this. You can make that same promise, and you can do the same thing. I believe in you so much, and I just want you to know that. There are so many things that you can do, and right now I want to invite you along my journey of closing the gap between who I could be and who I am.